Hey there, everybody. Happy Monday to you all. As stream title says, we're not doing our normal thing tonight. So we're here. We're going to do more Pathologic. Normally Mondays would be speedrun practice, and we'd be going through the Tunic route. And so I decided to not do that tonight for a couple of reasons. One is that I'm at this kind of juncture with the speedrun where I need to sit down and practice some specific things. So I did, it was several weeks ago when I said that I would do this, but I have gone through and done a comparison, put together a spreadsheet of the splits on the run and where I am at the split, what the time I have versus the world record. I'm not trying for world record. I'm just trying for a time that's several minutes slower, but still gives me a good frame of reference. And so I've identified the three splits where I'm losing the most time. The first is the scavenger split. So that's from when I enter the ziggurat until I defeat the scavenger. That I'm losing about 40 seconds. After that is the librarian fight. So that starts from I believe that starts immediately after scavenger until the librarian's defeated. I'm losing about a minute off of that. And then last is the final split, the beating the air, which starts after I have I believe gotten the red. I think it's beating the siege engine is the split. I can't remember the exact cutoff. If it's beating the siege engine or getting the red key. Either case, I'm losing about two to 2.5 minutes on that. And I actually know that one of the key things I haven't practiced is there is a cutscene skip you can do. So when you start the air fight, there's a cutscene that plays where the air kind of gets released and takes their sword and attacks you. And I think all that takes probably about 40 seconds. I think I've seen it maybe a minute. It's, so somewhere around there. So that's a pretty significant chunk of time. And I need to sit down and do that. I don't know exactly how tight the timing is to get that skip. So that's something to practice. But I also need to practice at least some other things for consistency and try and optimize movement. We're not that far from the target time, but I think if I don't sit down to practice, I'm just kind of spinning my wheels at this point. So and since I didn't end up practicing this past weekend, nice busy weekend, got miniature painting done and got some stuff, miniatures were already painted, varnished, and printing stuff out, and all sorts of other important things I kind of have wanted to get done for a bit, or been trying, or am currently trying to get done. So things were happening, but the Tunic speedrun practice kind of fell on the back burner as a consequence, and so it feels like it's not really worth it to do another practice stream when it's not gonna result in anything at this point. And the second reason is that I have it is hard for me to like stay away from Pathologic 3. Like I wanted to stream last night. I ended up not streaming because I was trying to finish a set of miniatures, and it was taking a little bit more time and effort than I was anticipating. So I was like, I'm just going to focus on those and not stream. But that kind of, not, I'm lots of, kind of sitting in the back of my mind. I actually ended up starting up a essay to do like an examination of the game's themes, because we've already got like that very clear themes I was talking about last time about kind of reflections and like the different characters. So like the idea of like Dankovsky being reflected in a multitude of ways, and the question of like I think the obvious question of which of those reflections is like the right or the real one. So I want to do an examination of that, and so I've been, I started off an essay, and will be like sort of collecting more stuff as we keep playing to sort of flesh the ideas out. But obviously like that's been like on my mind for a while now, so like I keep wanting to be like, I want to keep going, I want to see more of what the game has to offer, and like how is this sort of like back and forth, going back in time going to work out. So that was the other reason. So I'm there's a fair chance that like a lot of the because sitting down to practice Tunic, any speedrun stuff nowadays is getting harder and harder for me. So this may be a more common occurrence where it's just like, look, I haven't put in the practice I need to. We're gonna, speedrun days are going to be whatever else I'm trying to do. So that said, I know you've been here for several minutes, but I do want to say hello, VFig. Let's go ahead and jump back in. So the last thing we did, we completed kind of the stuff for day 3. Day 3? Yeah, day 3. Let me double check to make sure. Yeah. And so I had I'd just gone through this play district. We had just used, you can get this like special thing for your like anti-plague device to like temporarily like get rid of the Shabnok. I think the idea is that you dispel the Shabnok for the rest of the day. And at first when I did this, I was like, oh God, the rest of the day, that's like almost happening. Cause I had forgotten that like really the day doesn't begin until like 7 a.m. In Pathologic. So we still have several hours. Although I do think like certain bits and pieces change now and then at the turning of midnight, but really I think 7 a.m. is going to be when we get to the actual day 4. So we do have some time. I could go around the district kind of and be basically safe, because it doesn't seem like I lose anything, but I want to go and try and check out some of these other things about the polyhedron and the cathedral as like potential sites of the hospital, because we already opened up the hospital in the theater. But since those markers are still there and I've got the time, I figure I may as well kind of mess around. And then I gotta think about should probably do a little bit of trading if I can. This cathedral caretaker. 3 rules. Sing no borrowed song, carry no earth, waste no time. Okay. Cathedral produces it. Admittedly, so like, unlike in Pathologic 2, where conversations create a standstill in time, in Pathologic 3, every line you choose does use up a minute. How does it produce it? Okie doke. Oh. It's this. I think this is a visual glitch. Oh. I can restore my amalgam vessels. Okay. Just make sure, like, anything up here. Locked. Huh. The fact that there's anything there in the first place is interesting. And why did it also get lighter? Yeah, I think this is a visual glitch where, because like I don't think it's supposed to be raining inside the cathedral. I think what happened is like the weather outside was like causing some kind of interference on the inside. This is cathedral. Cathedral visited you. Drinks water. So terrified they pray and call upon their gods, and they're saying, then that's. I see. Some people are so terrified they pray and call upon their gods, and that's singing borrowed songs. Team of architects that made the town. Farkad built the cathedral in Stillwater. Yulia planned the streets. Leader was Simon Kane. The cathedral exhausts you. That's to be expected. Drink some water. They're all dead. Only Yulia remains. Mourning the death of one of its creators. Halt the town clock. Chat with you. You can't go in there, only kids are allowed. Lots of things hold up. Kind words, poems, ditties, lullabies, tears. Hazelnuts, boogers, beetles, ants, dead folks, mom's hugs. Dad's yelling, rainwater, gooseberries. So it is creaking apparently. The genie built it. I mean, we know that it wasn't a genie. Yeah, so it's Peter Stamatin. Brother, alright, oof. That's...
use some quiet.
Oh. That's handy. Come on, come on, come on, come on. That's pretty good. Trying to remember what that line's from. Music had the power to soothe savage beasts. Let's trade. What the? Oh, huh.
Smart, intelligent, logical, but so very fixated on whatever he deemed important. We wouldn't even allow the possibility that he could miss something. He failed to understand what kind of place this is, what soil. He only noticed what was convenient, so we mostly left him alone. I sympathized.
Can you hear me?
I need to be in 2 places at once. 3 places. Otherwise, it's all for naught.
Can you hear me? Can you hear what I'm saying?
Huh. Okay, so there's still nothing actually happening in here.
You had 12 days. Not so many, but enough. One more has passed. The town shifts.
So, when the season arrived for the first time, people feared the unknown. They feared what they know all too well. Didn't see the first outbreak. So the responsibilities you have now, why is your head spinning? Not even still water, it's the whirlpool. Oh my god, you're right. I didn't even think about that. I've probably heard it 6-7 times at this point and didn't even think about it until you mentioned it. Household people, house will watch them, lets breath move through them. Wake up in a town that doesn't trust itself to you. Fabric is always marked by will. Our fabric is always marked by will. Simon's, the mistresses, the ruling families, and now yours will weave itself into this tapestry. I remember what will change. Can I just leave? I can.
Smart, intelligent,
Oh. So this just plays out again.
he deemed important.
If I try
Even allowed
to...
the possibility that he could miss something.
Oh, but it won't let me go.
He failed to understand what kind of place this is, what soil. He only noticed what was
North of the town. La copa sequira la parte offensa in grido. Come suo male vendetta. Testimonio. That's... Yeah, I thought that was Italian. Which is interesting. Actually, is there any other... That would explain why I'm not able to make sense of it. Got some mathematical diagrams. Oh, huh. I can go out to check-in. Presumably I can go out to check-in at some point.
convenient. So I mostly left him alone. I sympathized.
Can you hear me?
I need to be.
So I have to... Okay, going to the next day... Oh. Wait, what? Going to the next day takes... I guess basically a full sliver. I guess that makes sense. Okay, so you can't just kind of go through things in sequence. You do have to use the resource. And what would that time have been? Something like, I think it was a little past 1 that we arrived in the Crucible. We had several conversations. You see now how many secrets the Earth hides. That's interesting. That's especially interesting because that feels more like a phrase that's more apt for Brock's playthrough than Dankovsky's. So Culpa Secreta La Parte Offensive. The guilt. Oh, Culpa. That makes sense. Guilt will follow the offended party in a cry as usual, but vengeance will be a witness to the vehement dispensing of it. Okay. I was wondering, I feel like it had to come from somewhere, but I wasn't sure where. Why would you have a... Actually, why would you have a Dante quote? Why would you have a Dante quote from Paradiso? Like, maybe they chose it because of... I mean, first, why the quote period? Second, why a quote from Dante? And third, why a quote from Paradiso? That's something to chew over. Let's go to day 4. So day 4... Yeah, and by the way, we were talking about this the other night, VFig, that Box's strong glow is still there. I just was in day 3. But I did check and my game is up to date.
Other people's tragedies cannot possibly compare to the tragedy of Bachelor Dankovsky.
Currently classified as a witness, since I'm speaking with you rather than my associates here in your own facility, no less. Had to be the only competent doctor in a town of 18,000 facing an unprecedented lethal epidemic. You assumed executive authority over the emergency command and were in fact responsible for a number of administrative research and specialized tasks. An hour ago, you claimed I refused to take charge. First, you attempted to flee the town on a smuggler's train, which landed you in jail, where you remained until the 5th day. You scathingly refused to recruit motivated volunteers to organize a corps of orderlies. Third, despite having all the means, you're supposed to cease work on a promising vaccine. According to witness testimony, Bachelor Denkowski was seen digging up graves at the cemetery. Led an infected person out of the quarantine zone. To be a falcon, the quail must quail no longer. Double homicide. On the fourth day, Bachelor Dankowski shot 2 random passerby outside the warehouses. So I can cancel past events. Oh. Click click a gear-shaped node. Will turn red, meaning the chain events leading to that node will be undone when the day starts. It's a little awkward. Because I'm interacting with this one, which would presumably impact things that come later, but it's highlighting things that come earlier. I mean, it is breaking also presumably the chains for the later days as well, but there's stuff in here. Excellent. On the other end, to serve under blah blah blah. Town's on the brink. People problems are piling up. Whole list of overdue issues requiring your immediate full attention. Water supply. Mouse destroyed the town's plumbing system. Water pumps are broken. Yep, that happens in at least Pathologic 2. So Vlad the Younger built the plumbing. Right. Police prevent them from violating the integrity of the ground. The pipes underground, ergo the pipes are the root of all evil. So we need water. And we need to deal with body disposal. So we could burn bodies, but there's going to be a lot of unpopularity. Focus of infection. Okay, so destroy the focus of infection and the plague receded. I see. Interesting. Halt the town's clocks. Reduces both contagion and unrest. Not by much. And they require patrolmen. Do they... Because I'm pretty sure that required 5. That required orderlies. So we're not refreshing... Wait, no, we are. We are getting our people back each day. So stuff like this... which takes very little equipment and resources, but just uses people, is probably pretty handy. I mean, those are, like, actually... Yes. Get some more stuff. Who are... Oh. There's Lara. Those who didn't follow the Kings of Kin's faith, Lara... That's a typo.
Loving thy neighbor is a gift. Hatred is hard
Told you to
work.
agree to leave the town. Glad that power's on the hands on. There's no strength or compassion. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Name's Laura, managing the flank. Shelter if anyone needs a roof over their head. Town's in peril, need to play my part. So be careful, have helpers, help with food, water, medicine. For any help the town hall can spare us. Self-water carriers. Go to the springs and step, carry barrelfuls. A lot of possibilities there. How's our prototype? Let's go ahead and I am curious because so in P1 how many like options do you get in terms because like P2 had various choices of like, oh, you can send a water barrel to Lara's, you can have water barrels destroyed, you can just do nothing. and those have like different impacts on like which districts get infected and which don't. So do you have that same kind of power? I mean, you're not like you're controlling things kind of on the periphery. Like you can't just like say make the whole plague go away. You can only like make it just slightly easier on yourself or slightly harder on yourself, depending on how you do it. But because I am curious if you get that kind of level of, let's call it control, over the course of events. Create medicines. You're the doctor now, nor the whole theater cleared out when you showed up. Bravest one who was offered the job. No direct impact on availability of water. Not. There's just water pumps that have been usable in early days being ruined by the townsfolk out of fear of spreading disease. And the barrels were always around. Okay, so that was a changed element for P2, and so could end up being a kind of decision point here in P3 as well. Chat with Ava. There's Grace.
It's all happened before, hasn't it?
That's that's pretty on the nose.
Maria says that people like you never dream. Is that true?
When was shoved into a coffin and buried alive, a man was shoved. Oh, I don't know if I've heard that line. I mean, I think I would have, but I feel like I would have noticed it. Don't know why they buried him just around the ground since some. Whoa. Brought much to help in the hospital. So several things I need to get done today. What do we start? I guess we'll start with the hospital. Wow, the day starts pretty late. That. Oh, there's Changeling.
From beneath the earth. Why do you think he's in heaven?
Here's the hospital
He's
now.
down below.
So eyes give away many things are like keyholes. Your body's here and your mind is far away in the capital. You're thinking of ways to leave, but you're not going anywhere. The town's holding you is strong. You haven't realized it yet, but it's true. Line again. You'll try to skip town again, just not like this. Not in the crowd helping others out of the way with a plan. But no matter, we can talk about that later. So how I can help you. You in the capital, in a room with an investigator, you're on trial. The town has perished. They made you take the fall, and you could have lived with that. You are guilty of not saving after all. After they're finished with you, they tear apart your Thanatica, just like that, for no reason. Swamp of patients here. There are more of them than rotten apples in autumn, but my hands work miracles. I can take pain away. So... this is one of those interesting, because I feel like this is supposed to be kind of a decision point where you are aware of P1 and Clara's kind of like, is her healing touch going to help or hurt? Not to mention that, like, okay, is which one is this? Is this? I guess the other aspect of it is, okay, you start saying Clara can enter, and then the disease enters looking like Clara and starts doing a bunch of bad stuff. And so, what are the knock-on effects of all that? So let's go with letting her help. So every illness comes from the heart. The body is nothing more than a reflection of the spirit. There's reflections again. You need not understand that. All you have to do is believe. If you don't let me in a few days, your hops will vanish. Save those you write off as doomed. I just got an achievement, by the way, of finding common ground with the other protagonists. Which, of course, like, my understanding of, I mean, certainly true in Pathologic 2 is, like, the Changeling and Dankovsky are kind of Clara much less so. But Dankovsky is very much like, you know, kind of antagonistic towards Burak. But what I understand is that, like, they're all kind of like, at least in P1, all a little bit antagonistic towards each other. So I think this is supposed to be like, oh, here's a different way that those relationships could have played out. Oh, I think that was Burak I was trying to talk to, but
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
maybe it wasn't. Doctor, there you are. Appoint your assistant through my education. In short, not even a veterinarian. Dabbling medicine really. Government people found me. I used to do some stitching on them when needed. You orders to look for people whose test results suggest sand pests but don't have signs and symptoms. Another infection. Yeah. So I think her name was Kulon, and she died. Not from the sand pest. 2 diseases weakened her. If we treated that other one, maybe she'd have lived a wee bit longer. Good news to you. Venture to test the whole pub for plague this morning. Everyone's clean. Make our drugs in the blood of these kinds of patients. Once plagues didn't kill outright. People in Bachelor route, Daniel and Clara don't have much direct interaction, but it is antagonistic. How respects route, in hard respects route, Clara turns out to be very necessary. Because I do know there's the bit. It's really interesting. 'Cause I think in P1. Foreman Oyun is kind of like your, so to speak, your main antagonist that is not the plague, by my understanding. 'Cause at least I understand, like, he keeps like sending you on like weird quests, which culminates in like he wants you to do some kind of like jump into a hole as like a spiritual thing, which actually is just meant to kill you. And then P2, it's like, no, he's like, you guys are on the same side. I do remember, cause of course I only know this like in second hand and in bits and pieces. Cause I know that there is a thing. I thought it only kept in Clara's route about, like helping out the. No, I do remember hearing something about like if you do something with Clara, always dies jumping into the hole. Right, that's what it is. If you recruit Clara's help, that I do remember hearing about. She resurrects him at the cost of life of one of her bound. If you haven't recruited, yeah, you just die. Is that actually like, what are your choices at that juncture? Can you kind of refuse the hole itself and do something else? Or is it basically like if you've not recruited Clara, then there's no path forward? You fail in your main quest. Interesting. So can't use the microscope right now. Huh. That would be an interesting choice if you literally can't continue. You have to basically do things right or you just fail the game. It is one thing where it's like, I guess I wouldn't put it past Ice Pick to do it that way. It does feel a little like, given Pathologic 2, it's kind of like, well, you can just choose to like keep going. And Emily Pathologic 2 is very much more like, look, a lot of this stuff does not matter until like the very, very ends. Just discourage the orderlies from plundering the other costumes besides the bird ones. Shopkeeper, dyer. No, that is Barak. Don't think I could have chosen a better place or a worse one. I used to come see plays here. Hospital sets up. Work can begin. I want to make a panacea. So entering the termitary. So it's sealed off, protect people inside from the sand plague. So if there's an outbreak, I need an intercurrent patient from inside who I can compare to those infected in town. Shown town I'm responsible for. They need to be looked after. Okay, so I have to watch over his bound. And of course.
Line, dot, dot. Now you have a cootie shot.
We'll take a look at the trinket once I've finished this conversation. Dictate. The theater seems to dictate its own rules, even now that it's a hospital. The moment you walk in, your eyes are drawn to the stage. That's where the most interesting things happen. Interesting. Yeah, it's because it is. I've never heard it that way, so I don't know if it's just a common variant of the schoolyard rhyme, or if it's something that they're imposing in. And if, it could just as much be like a translation issue, like a localization issue where they wrote the line and then had it translated, and then it wasn't properly localized before being given for the line reading. Because I know that the original Pathologic had some, I guess not localization issues per se, because I think a lot of them had to do with more the kin language rather than than English. But I mean, there may still have been translation issues. There's definitely a decent number of typos and stuff to make me think it's it could be a localization thing. So we got Luda and Filot. So what's going on? Shopkeeper just had a fever. So who's Finch? So we got someone with a fever, someone with a headache. Oh, interesting. No. Oh, 1 minute. Auto mod Kata spam bot. Interesting. So if there is a trinket, it's not in my things. I'm sorry, what? Oh, okay. So I can't do this while I'm manic.
The sentiments graph stops.
Had fear for no reason. That's why it stopped already. And I had no scratchies on my skin, no yellowing, no sandpaper scratchies, no drought of the mouth. House was cleared out after the infection came. People were sent wherever there was space. Some were lucky and ended up in an empty living room. Put in the boiler room. Nothing on her back. Nothing there. Doesn't look like. Exit. All right. Yeah, so the reason So I know of it, and and maybe that's why maybe it's specifically North American English. But I know it as circle circle dot dot, rather than line line dot dot.
Yes, and I must. Okay, that goes there, and I wonder what about this.
Patient self-evaluation may be incorrect. Yep. Ask specific questions. Patient is running a temperature. So we got 8 possible diagnoses. So paleness is atypical. I've seen before. So, manual provides a more detailed description of the illness for a situation like this. Yes, this one I do remember. So the boiler room has an earthen floor. So all kinds of things can be found near local soils. Bruises not caused by trauma. Hematoma appears and blood vessel walls are damaged. Okay. So casebook. So looking for fever. Skin. Skin. Eczema. Wait, what? Ichthyosis, skin redness. Fever. Pallor. Hematoma. There we go. Microorganisms from steppe soil entering the bloodstream. Yeah, one thing I kind of wish is that it would be a little bit easier. They're like a different way of organizing or searching for stuff. Trainer told me I could be useful to you before I die. That is, said you can find something inside me that slows pest down. Walked here from home, caught from my neighbors. Skin of my chest started peeling away. Wait a day. The neighbor's scream stopped in the middle of the night. Dire, been breathing poison for 5 years now. Red, blue, yellow. Okay. So likely eczema. Oops. Shoot. Not what? Back's clear. Arms. Nothing there. Nothing there. Oh. Skin is yellowed. Okay. Let's play, 2 almost might be healthier than if I had 1. Wait, what? What? Oh, because I need to put down eczema. That was why. I think I forgot that step. So that yellowing is dye, not... what is it? Casebook. So take out yellowing of the skin. We do have a rapid pulse. Heart circulatory. Right. Okay. So it's this. Let's. Highly disease caused by neuroulceravirus. Contact breathing. Disease presents with fever, headache, abdominal pain, ulcers, eczema. Need to heal. Yep, and this one I believe I need to go into an infected district to investigate his house. It's already 3 p.m. Uses so much time. It's like the interesting thing, I wonder like how much time I'll functionally have after all this. But because I could have, if I knew exactly what I was looking for, I could have saved what, like an hour of in-game time, and probably nearly 2 hours, because I would know like, oh, examine like these things. So like, because like out of the chest, back, arms, legs, 6 different things. I only needed usually like so far one and then one other. So 40 minutes for each, so an hour 20. I think it's going to be about 2 hours of in-game time that will probably end up being wasted. Which means that would be more time that could be used for other stuff. But obviously, like, okay, doing this means in turn I could, or not doing this means I could do other things. So it's like the ability to do everything. And generally speaking, I think the game would be designed kind of in the same way of like Pathologic 2 is like, it's really not designed around you being able to do everything and save, quote unquote, everyone. That is, everyone that you're functionally able to save. But if you kind of manipulate bits and pieces and understand how the game works, you can kind of cheat stuff. And of course, in this game in particular, I have made the argument on multiple occasions that I think it is in some way effectively true in Pathologic 2 as well, but definitely in this game, the ability to redo days, I think in some way invites that idea of optimization. Oh, I tried to do XYZ, but I couldn't do that. But now I know kind of like, oh, I should go here first and then go to this other place. And then that lets me, kind of, do each day right. Is a Zach like? That's not a term I'm familiar with. Okay. Unfortunately, the joke has gone completely over my head by virtue of the fact that I don't know what the Zach like. Oh, I see. I have actually now heard of that. But did not put it together. So, okay. Anyway, don't need to rest on that idea for right now, because I'll have the opportunity to revisit the days in the future. Story of my life up to the present moment. Actually, interestingly, used to be hard as a bull wrangler, but now I have trouble even standing up for long. So, like muscle fatigue or something, drowsiness. First, she said there'd been a blowout of some kind of sweet soot. Some of the walls later looked like mold. Ken was worried. They're like bees and how they respond to things. As soon as one makes a noise, the rest are going quiet as well. Shouting, clamor. No regular meals, not enough drink to go around. Can't lock up a living creature against its will. It's how you turn people into proper beasts, but dead drunk on power. Used to be alright working with them, but now I can't stand those guardsmen. So nothing there. Back. Nothing there. Legs. Damage to the veins. Okay, so I need to... So we've got... Rash. Pulse. Vein damage. Wasn't there something like muscle weakness or something like that? Nausea, volume, belching, loss of appetite, heartburn, aphasia. Cough. I mean, this in the clinical picture. Fever. Oh, there we go. So it could be bradycardia. No time for elements. There's my train of thought here. Never had clear skin. Quantity best described as God forbid. So that's... Yep. Okay. So I have one... Wait, what? Oh, they all? Kids all determine... here? Would I be able to do all... That's an interesting question. Wait, what? Why did I still have more to say to
damn wound. It's burning.
Sand plague brings together all these at once. Told the whole town you think the dead gruel is nonsense, but I think they're looking in the right direction. We're both still at the beginning of our path. We have nothing to fight over. We're not getting in each other's way. Maybe one day that day will come, but today is not that day.
I sense something out of place.
I should also check that. What's this? Oh, we do have some microscope reagents. Okay, I should have enough stuff to start going around. In particular, I've got a good number of health things. Huh. Willing to kind of like see what they're doing because I know I'm going to be doing this all again.
vibrant. Everything's so vibrant.
So let's talk to Lara. Get some more stuff as well. She's not in here. Oh, there she is.
No. This town can't give birth to a murderer.
All right. Enjoy. Hope you enjoy the cleaning. Orientation. Well, I mean, that is often how it goes. Call him Cub. So I think that he was the one who left. Clean bay, those stay the night. Wash dishes. Merge the exits. Okay. And then we go here. I need to trade with some kids, because how many? I've got 11 nuts right now. Not to mention some marbles. Okay, so I think, yeah, I go to the next one. Right. And they're here. Bear said a grown-up would come play with us while he's away.
Every Joker's one joke away from being a goner.
Babylets. So where's the third one? Uh-oh. Ever seen a door disappear? It's not going to punish us. This door and murky. She went into a door and then it turned into a wall. look inside the house. Here's the entrance is probably over here. Or I guess not. Wait, what? That laughter feels purposeful. Aha!
Your fingers are in every pot, and your feet always run
Got lost,
around,
found myself again.
but you aren't the big head yet.
Followed the music and ended up in a room. A moth was there. When I saw it, it spoke to me. He's Grandpa. Everyone in town knows and loves him. He's good. Would Grandpa be Isidore? Should be here. What the heck? Why did that?
So be it.
What's that you're carrying around?
Bear will never forgive us for losing Murky. Hidden place in the Tanners. What's my routine note? Interesting. When would evening technically happen? What's that?
The golem of steppe legends. Myth. Fiction.
Just off the floor, now you're walking over it. Let's turn the bathroom upside down. Trash bathroom is his handiwork. I often get this with drunks. Someone he sits there quietly, and there's all of a sudden. It just trashed the shared bathroom. It's sick all over it. The whole place was a mess. And I was never sick. He has episodes. Muttering came from behind his door every night. He was alone. Food's gone bad. Mopping up vomit. Aha. Got nowhere to go. No, I'll go back to the Warren. The Warren's Termitary. Crawl out of the Warren. Philot watched it. Help me go around the angry guards. So Philot took them in, sheltered them. So they needed food. So he doesn't drink. Get rid of the headache. Hot, tossed and turned. And had a fever. Mice, headache, fever, hunger, vomiting, fatigue, skin rending. Hydrophobia. So we take out vein damage. Hydrophobia. I heard he was talking to himself all night long. And going back to what I was saying earlier when I was, first bit of diagnosis with like the diagnosis of patients and like using time. So all of this, of course, uses a bunch of time. Now the interesting thing is, in Pathologic 2, you could kind of fiddle with things so that you could kind of use your time of like, oh, such and such character has like, they're sick. You can give them medicine to help them. And you're supposed to use these like pretty valuable tinctures to like help you figure out what medicine to use. But you can, like, if you save just before interacting with them, you can basically lock in. I don't know exactly when it's determined like which medicine to use, but you can kind of lock in, and by doing that you can then like basically trial and error, because there's only 3 medicines, so you don't have to try that many times. And then, you know, reload if you mess up. If you do that, there's only one time when it like actually, you know, quote unquote matters. And all the other times are sort of like optional uses, aside from, you know, using it with like the, bound. In that one sort of like story time when you're kind of like effectively, you know, partially tutorializing how to use it, you are called out for just guessing. But it is a way in which you can kind of like use the mechanics of the game to accomplish the task in a more kind of like efficient manner. Here, I'm betting that the patients always have, because I recall like this set of events playing out in the quarantine demo, such that I bet you could give them always the same diagnosis and that would always be right. And the question is, does it matter if you actually take the steps to figure it out, or does it just matter if you get it right? Because it's just that you get it right, the game has already acknowledged at other points Dankovsky knowing something before it happens. There's the lady Kulan who dies, and the guy that is in love with her and that she's in love with, and so he knows the name Kulan before he should. He knows the name on day 3 despite hearing it on day 5. So his knowledge like transfers across his jumps. Like in a way, when I start on day 1 and go to day 5 and then go to day 3, that is not Dankovsky, you know, at day 1, day 5, day 3 respectively. That is the same Dankovsky literally jumping between the timeline, meaning that it is kind of played in a somewhat linear manner. The consequence thereof being that like knowledge carries over as well, and that's so that you can use the knowledge that you have attained. And if you decide to like record and be like, okay, so this guy had this disease, had this disease, the lady had this disease, the other guy had this disease, and just like record them real quick. Don't spend time on diagnosing because that takes time. I need it for other stuff. Just give them the right diagnoses and that'll be it. And the question will be, does that have any impact on the game? Aside from, you know, taking less time? Because if it doesn't, that I think is I feel like that is something that is almost intended. Like if you do have to kind of think about like using that bit of the mechanics to your advantage. But if you do, then you can kind of get around some of the constraints that the game is obviously throwing at you. Okay. Delivered to Stillwater this evening. I mean, I thought it said at 6, and it's 7. Can I locate? Oh, it's not going to be... This is like the edge. It's not going to be here. No. I assume that nope. Where is it?
As if things are animated.
What, oh, what is... Okay, because what I want to do, I presume... Huh. And this is kind of what I wanted, which is that, right? Make sure, no, yeah. Oh. Hmm. Gotta go through this. Where's our... Take away our vein damage and add hydrophobia. After 6 in the evening. I mean, I've already done this. So the interesting thing, so I couldn't find the because there should be a flower, right? But I couldn't hear. I mean, the problem is like there's so many noises, it's hard to like pinpoint the noises specifically of the flower. So I mean, so let me think this through again. So I'll presumably be back here again anyway. So maybe I just head out because I've already used up all of this.
You invented this yourself.
Okay, I'm safe. So let's head here. No. But where? Okay. Grab the shovel. Do I have any? Can grab that. How do I locate? I mean, do I chat with, is Grace here? She is. I can't find her in there. There's another shovel in case I didn't find. I mean, is it too late? Is the person already... Wait, what? seeing this. You underestimate this Denkovsky fella. He can do a lot. Besides, when you're looking at the sky, it makes a difference whether time is standing still or moving. Okay, weird. But where? I mean, it keeps pointing me back to just like right here in the middle. Is the person... buried alive right now in the cemetery, but there's no guidance on where. This might have to be another, like, I feel like I would be able to, like, there would be a noise. I cannot. That was one of the things I tried. Because the interesting thing is that... oh, there's a kid here. Okay. For a second I thought that conversation... oh. Is this it? Is this it? Okay. So, real quick. Let's go to the main menu. Probably still too late. Let's just give it a shot real quick. Yep. Okay. Still too late. Let's menu again. No point in using time going there, because I know where it's going to be. Let's chat with Burak. That.
You're too high strung.
So I put you in a cage. Put up wooden scarecrows. Set fire to the scarecrows. Curious. What's that? Oh, right. The stopping the clocks. Curious why that, like, does anything. Are there any kids to trade with? None in this district.
Mr. Carp, Mr. Carp, turn yourself into a harp.
Conjure had to be outside the day the termitary is locked down. I was left inside. Huh. So 2 days ago, child was sick, escaped town, found to a termitary, told him to hide, and then went to the warehouse and took money out of a cache. Grief's money, sold for him to save the family. Wanted to bribe the guards. Guards his money, but I never saw family again. Tolgoy. Only extract amalgam if the patient dies a painless death. So it's 20 to 40. Interesting.
The damn wound. It's burning. The stomach isn't a mirror. Fill it with hay, no one will see it.
Okay, let's go ahead and get out of here. I've got so many things I need to do. So let's... I probably want to head down this way. Let's go ahead and head to Stillwater. So we can do analysis of various things. Man lies here. He's brought you time. 1, 2, 3 question. Cathedral doesn't need a beholder. Take away this man's time. Hours and numbers, Clinton, tooth and claw. Okay. Okay, anyway. I need to do this more where I put stuff to menu move. That's what it was. Put stuff into my quick slot. Oh, that's locked. Not mix medicine. Analyze items. Let's analyze that. Alright. Oh. It's a little awkward. Oh, hello. Order number 33 report to orderly. Treatment results. All diagnoses are correct. Tell will receive an effective vaccine at least for today. Interesting. Okay. Not much time left. Can I get to... Oh.
They call the abattoir a longa. That word means four, doesn't it?
Destroy plumbing system was my project, my brainchild. Yeah, the plumbing project, not the destroying of it. The would-be dictator Vlad the Younger. I wonder to what extent would-be dictator is would-be meaning because he's, you know, Big Vlad's son, or if it, because usually would-be means aspiring.
A clean mouth and an honest hand.
Can I... Am I missing something? Do I need to talk to Vlad again? I didn't... There usually is like a pop-up or something. Rioting in this district now. Wait, is there no... Yeah, there should be one right here, right? Yep. Why... Oh, I see what it is. There's Laura.
Who knocks on your door at night? Who screams down your chimney? A white? No, just the wind.
Would you laugh in the carriage? We need for, I don't think there's enough time to do all this, though. There's a kid here. Oh my god, I have to visit 3? Like, it's, I'm pretty sure it's gonna... Oop. Go, 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 go. Hey. It seems like the day ended sometime around what? Oh, no vaccine thing. Whoops. Oh. Shoot, I pressed something and it caused my cursor to pop up.
It was quiet in Thanatica.
Have to go here and then here. But anyway, it seemed like the day ends at like 2 a.m. Am I winning? I guess can one win at this game? The answer is probably not now, but the game does give me the ability to like replay stuff such that oh, here we go. I can win, or at least presumably win. Maybe I can't. That water safe. Okay. Okay, I think it's taking me back. So I think it's 2 a.m. is...
The audience is wondering, Venerable Simon, will you step on stage this time? Simon remains silent, and the audience frets as well. Our Father Simon, are you dead or alive again, like the last time? No, Simon keeps his silence, and the audience is puzzled still. Did you ever exist at all, Simon? Or were you only a shadow on the screen? Simon the Wise, grant us answers, we beg you. All quiet. It seems Simon has forgotten his lines, and now he needs a prompter.
Tomorrow shall not come, unless you want it to. Do come home.
Please tell whether there's still a chance. to return the evenings. All right, near full on amalgam. You know what I'm gonna do? Oh, wait, what? Okay, so that's interesting to know. So, what's the best way to do this? Let's make some notes. I can't review the actual thing, but I can make a new note. So Pathologic 3, medical diagnoses. So day 4. So Luta has anemic vasculopathy. Felot is our guy who has hydrophobia as a symptom, as well as, what did he have? Weakness. The veins, but the veins were not an issue. There was something on his arm, right? Was it a rash? I think it was a rash. Hydrophobia was supposed to be pretty rare, so it should. I guess it is also because we were talking about like bulimia and headache, because he had the pills, and he had that sort of manic episode where he ate the rotten food, and then Finch. Finch was the dyer. His was the fast heartbeats. That was a symptom, but the yellow stain on his skin was not, because that was a yellow dye. Eczema. Was there anything else that the only two symptoms you see were the eczema and a fast heartbeat and the dye. So that should be enough for me to work with if I can't see the medical chart right here and now. It's a little bit weird that you can't like review this stuff, but okay. Anyway, so I want to go. Let's see if we can go to day 2. So last time we tried this, it pushed
A
me.
hero is someone who dies for others. You are no hero. You're small fish.
But didn't you want to tell me about the second day? Just a reminder, I wasn't asking about it. It's you who insisted the events preceding the plague outbreak are too shoal. Jankowski desecrates the body of a deceased town sage and healer. So you entered Isidore Baruch's house. What purpose? Thought playing detective was more important to find a source of deadly disease. Okay, so we actually do get to go the second day this time. Last time we couldn't. I am curious. So I need to go to Isidore's study in the morning. So that's probably the first thing I should do. Okay. We're going to go ahead and start the second day, but I think we're going to call it there for the night. So that I can kind of get ready for tomorrow. So I am going to be curious what happens when I start up day 5 the next time. I'm also curious, we haven't yet gone back to see, like, okay, what happens if I restart a day I've already done? We know we can do it. And so the question would become, would we go through that interrogation scene again? Would it play out differently? If I change events for a day on which I've already done, like, you know, from a previous day, would that change the interrogation scene anyway? Because one way I could see it is, like, the purpose of the interrogation scene is to kind of set the scene of, like, here are the major events for that day. But it could also be a case of the purpose of those is to kind of, like, record how Dankovsky's story is like changing as you do different stuff. So I'm curious to see how that fleshes out. We will need to go back and redo day 3, I think. Not day 3, day 4. Hence the notes I was just taking so that we can streamline the diagnosis part. And that'll allow us to test how that works mechanically. I do also need to, like, test or, you know, do some investigation on, like, where is, because I think there's only the one infected district. But then it's such a big district, I need to, like, scour it to try and find the flour so that I can make the pellet to repel the Shabnok for the day. And then gotta save Reuben, gotta actually do that water quest. So there's lots of things that need to get done, and obviously just doing the medical diagnosis part takes so much time. I really do feel like you are supposed to figure it out and then using your knowledge just kind of record it right the next time around. But I'm not 100% sure, because it is really interesting, because you at least use that first one to teach Yakov about differential diagnosis and how it works. So I don't know if that's an actual if you don't use it to teach him, he won't know how to do it. There's already implications within the dialogue, literally within the span of an hour and a half of being there, that he's handing out diagnoses incorrectly, which it feels a little weird as a line, because it implies knowledge of somebody over the course of multiple days and their kind of behaviors and screw ups, and not, I've only been here for 90 minutes focused on diagnosing patients. I've already had a chance to look over this guy's notes and his sloppy work and stuff like that. So regardless, it feels like it's not important to have that conversation, but you can't know until you try. So that is something I'll want to do. I might not need to do it right away, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of jumping around between days and stuff like that. I, of course, never even got a chance to try and go save Bad Grief. Probably one of the things I'll have to do is make sure first thing first is try and go dig up Reuben to save him, and then maybe go to Bad Grief, and then go to the hospital. But that'll be for a future problem to hash out. So with that, quit for the night. We'll be back tomorrow night with more of this. We'll go through day 2 and see kind of what happens. Then we'll kind of play it by ear with regards to the speedrun practice and how that goes. If I can manage to do some practice, especially of that one cutscene skip, we can maybe do some more runs next week. If I don't practice, what we'll probably do is, just like tonight, is just more Pathologic 3, and we'll just sort of barrel through this game until I'm done. So we'll play it by ear. With that said, VFig, thanks for hanging out. Strangelet, thanks for coming by. Anybody else who is here, thank you so much. Your time is appreciated. And I hope everybody has a good rest of their evening. So long, everyone.